Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Now what I've realized is I've never actually explained what a candle actually is. Now I know this title may be a little bit clickbait, but I wanted to draw your attention and make sure that you guys watch the video because I don't want you guys skipping videos just because you think you know it, because there could be things I say in this video that may be useful to you. Now, one thing that I want to explain about a candle is first, let me draw a candle for you guys. So, okay, I never learned what the names of the different candles are. Like, I don't know what a doji is, or a hammer is, or a shooting star, or anything like that. I don't know what they are purely because I didn't want to learn them. Okay, I don't know why I need to know the name of every single candle formation, or whatever pattern they are. All I need to know is what is happening on the candle, and that's all you guys need to know. There's no point wasting your time trying to learn what the names of the candles are if you don't know what it actually means. And that's when I talk about using our method and using our strategy. you know you learn the theory behind everything, and I don't see why you shouldn't know the theory and what actually happens inside a candle, because it is very important. But I'll go through the basics to start off with, and then I'll explain why it's important. And what I specifically want to explain is, why does a wick trick from the order block strategy, why does a wick trick actually work? And why is that wick so significant? So I hope that this will clear things for you guys. So obviously when we get a candle, okay, let me just change the color of the annotations. So we've obviously got the high, okay, simple. We've got the low, all right. We've got the candle open, which is over on this side. I'll explain why I meant this side. And we've got the candle close. Gosh. Candle close. And whatever's happening is here is called spread. Okay. Now, this is a bullish candle. Okay. Now, if you're going to think about what is happening in terms of price, so price is starting here. Oh gosh, I thought I picked red there. Oh, maybe I didn't. Okay, so price is starting here, right? It comes down and then it goes back up, creates a high, and it closes there. So that is the path of price. So say this is, for example, a 4 hour candle. This movement is probably happening is a series of mini candles, say for example on the 5 minute. Okay, so inside a candle there's more candles, basically. That's all I'm trying to say. Now, why this is significant. So obviously sometimes you get sometimes, let's just talk about this top part. Sometimes you get wicks where they're like this. They're huge, right? And then if we were to go to the bottom, the wick's like a mini one, okay? Like a James size one. And this one is my size, so a big one. So if you're going to talk about this, why is it significant for us to know what is happening in these wicks? Right? So if we think about it in this sense, okay, let me get rid of everything. Right, would I need a pen? Okay, so we're just going to focus on the, bloody hell, we're just going to focus on the wick. Right, okay, so let's think about price. So I'll do that in black. Okay, so this is the top wick. So this is top wick. Okay, so price essentially is going from here to here. Okay, so it starts here and it ends here. Okay, and that's how the top wick is working. Now, what is happening in this wick? So as I said, it's a series of candles from a different time frame. So let's just use green, and hold on, before I do that, let's just say the blue is the 4 hour, and let's just say the green is going to be the 1 minute. Okay, so what is happening is candles are going from here. This is very bad drawing, but you'll get the point. And then what's happening is they're coming back down. Okay, now at this point, from here to here, up here, this is buying, right? Buying pressure. So on the mini time frames, such as the 1 minute, it's buying, and from here to here, okay, it's selling. So essentially what you're trying to understand is pressure, although it's bullish, and say for example this is on the wick that starts the reversal. Say for example that all this pressure that is buying, what happens is eventually they get exhausted, and then what happens, the sellers take over, okay, and that's what pushes price back down on that wick. Okay, and that's essentially what's happening. That's why we are saying that what's happening inside here. Okay, I should probably do that in a different color. And to be honest, my green candles weren't exactly the best, but let's do it in dark blue. Let's just say in here, what's happening, or somewhere around here, what's happening is this, or alternatively is this. Okay. What is this? This is entry type 1, entry type 2 on the little time frames. Okay, I'll say slash is the 1 minute as well, so you know what that is. The reason I'm doing different colour is just so I can make things clear for you guys. So if we think about it, what's happening and why this wick is significant, and bear in mind this is only when the wick is obviously a wick trick. So when the wick is a liquidity wick. So when the wick is, so the previous candle was this, and this is the current candle that we're looking at. Okay, all we're focusing on is what is happening here, okay, and what is happening in this wick. So what's actually happening is the price is reversing either through this, through entry criteria 1 or entry criteria 2, okay, and that is essentially what's happened. So not only has it grabbed liquidity from the previous candle wick, because bear in mind, even though that this is just a wick, right, remember there is still mini candles here, and it's grabbed liquidity from this high, right, and then that's what caused price to drop. Okay, and we are basically entering a trade on an OB here, an OB here, an OB here, or OB here. That's just how it works, and that's why the wick trick works so well. Okay, now as I said, I'm pretty sure there's a quicker way to rub this out because it's bloody long, isn't it? But anyway, I digress. So let's think about the lower wick now. So let's go to this color again, and we're going to draw our candle, and this has got a huge wick. Let me draw the previous candle as well, so you know. So we've got a wick trick, right? This time I'll just use a different color so it's easier. I'll just use red because it's more simple. So we've got prices coming from here to here, right? So that's the start, and that's the peak, and that's where it ends. So what is happening? Okay, so sellers are in control, okay, and they get exhausted. I have to admit, it's not easy to write on this. Okay, and then what's happening up here, the buyers are taking over, they're taking control. So what is happening on the lower time frame? So let's use green again, and let's say green is our 1 minute. What is happening is here on this wick is we're getting this. Obviously it's a bit more, it's not always clear, but this is basically what's happening. Okay, we've got an OB, and that's what's happening. There is a shift in market structure, and generally when you get candles with these long wicks, what do you see? you see a reversal, right? It's not confirming a reversal, but it's a good indication of one. Okay, but bear in mind we have so much more confluence behind it, behind our trades anyway. This is just explaining to you the theory behind the wick trick, because I've realised that some of you are probably getting a little bit mistaken with what a wick trick actually is, and I thought that explaining what's actually happening inside a wick would help you understand a lot more about the theory behind it. Because bear in mind, we base our trade our trading strategy is fully based on facts and theory, right? So firstly, it's taking liquidity from the previous candle, right? Bear in mind, we've still got this whatever's happened here. Okay, it's grabbed liquidity from this high, it's created this low, and our entry is going to be somewhere here or somewhere here. You know how it is, because we look for refinement in that wick. So say that blue candle is a 4 hour. Okay, say this is the 4 hour. Obviously we're not going to use the 4 hour because this is probably a 20 to 30 pip range, right? Okay, so that's why we try to target the 50% or try to enter, bloody hell, we try to enter off a refined OB. But what is that OB? It's a 1 minute. It's a 1 minute candle, 30-second candle, 15-second, whatever, 5-minute candle, whatever you wish to use. But that is why we are using the wick in this instance. So I'm not going to go any further than this. I think that explains what is happening inside a candle and what's happening inside a wick. So you don't need to worry about candle names. And I don't know if you have realized that we've tried to keep things as simple as possible, because all the complexities there are to this strategy has already been refined to a simple method. And I'll explain a little bit more about Wyckoff in another video, because people ask about Wyckoff and explain why we don't teach it, but then you'll realise is that our entry criteria, the rule-based that we have, is basically Wyckoff. We just don't label things because